Hey everyone, Andy Raffel from eTeknix.com and welcome to another episode of What's in the Box. Now, with bags. Let's do this. The Virtuoso RGB Wireless SE headset from Corsair. With a sleek premium lightweight design, comfortable memory foam ear cups and subtle RGB lighting, it doesn't look like your typical gaming headset. With a detachable broadcast grade microphone, patented slipstream wireless technology and tuned 50mm neodymium premium drivers, it's simply the best headset Corsair have ever created. Find out more by clicking the link in the description below. So for anyone who's never seen a What's in the Box episode that we've done, there are quite a few, so definitely go and check that out. But essentially what we do is take all of the parcels and packages that have landed in the last couple of days in the eTeknix studios and basically go through them and show you guys what's going to be coming up in the near future. So let's start with this one, which is from Corsair. Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know, Corsair actually own Elgato, and you may have seen a video that we put out recently for the Wave 3 microphone. What they've actually sent us is the shock mount for it. So yeah, I'm guessing this was meant to arrive on time, but with the current pandemic and everything that's going on, I guess it just arrived a little bit late. But yeah, shock mount, so just to kind of keep the microphone stable and steady when you're using it. So next one, another one from Corsair, and it feels pretty light, so I'm guessing it's probably going to be another accessory for the Wave. I know they were sending out a few different accessories. So we have a pop filter. So it looks like that actually clips onto the microphone. It's going to be interesting to see because it looks like the pop filter sort of gets installed from the sides, and so does the shock mount. Moving on to the next one. This one is from a PR agency who deal with MSI as well as a couple of other brands, so interesting to see. I'm guessing it's an MSI product. That's kind of the primary brand that we work with them on. And for any eagle-eyed viewers out there, yes, you'll see that I'm using my trusty knife that I've had since the beginning of time. Okay, so what we've got is the MSI MAG or MAG B550i Gaming Edge Wi-Fi. So this is a Mini-ITX motherboard that features the latest B550 chipset. Something I'm really happy about. It has a front Type-C connector. So anyone who has seen the video that we did on the NZXT H1, which is probably my favorite small form factor chassis out on the market, will realize that it had one feature that was completely redundant. The fact that it had a Type-C connector on the case that you couldn't utilize because there were no Mini-ITX motherboards out there with a front panel Type-C header on there. Now B550 seems to be changing that. So we've also got Wi-Fi, 8+2+1 power design, Frozer heatsink, obviously Gen 4 support. So yeah, maybe we'll do a build or something with this. Don't know, probably not with the NZXT H1 because we've already done a build in that, but we'll try and find something else. So next one, Asus, and it seems about the same size. So I'm guessing same sort of principle. We're looking at a B550 Mini-ITX motherboard. Yep, so this is the Asus ROG Strix B550i Gaming motherboard. So with this, has it got one? It's got a Type-C internal header as well. It's also got Wi-Fi 6AX, BIOS flashback, USB 3.2 Gen 2, Mini-ITX, so it's got Gen 4 support on there and everything as well. So yeah, nice little couple of boards that we've got going on here. What else we got? So this one's from Antec. I'm pretty sure, based on the size, because I know Antec obviously only really make cases, power supplies, AIOs, other coolers. I'm guessing, based on the size and weight of this, it's probably one of their newer power supplies. Okay, so what we've got, and it's quite a funny one because I was having a conversation. I do like the fact that, yeah, it's come from Europe, but they know that we obviously in the UK use a different plug, so they sent me a kettle lead specifically for that. So I was actually speaking to Antec the other day because they're one of the only companies who haven't really suffered from the whole pandemic and what's been happening with power supplies. If you look at brands like Corsair and some of the other kind of big players for power supplies out there, they've had some real kind of stock issues because of everything that's going on around the world. And that's consequently related to inflated pricing. Antec seem to have actually kept their prices exactly the same, which I'm really happy that they've done that. They haven't kind of profiteered off anything. Obviously, if you have seen some price increases, from what we're told, that's because of the retailer or distribution channels that has happened. But what we've got here is the Antec Neo Eco Gold Zen.
Try saying that when you're drunk. Either way, we're looking at an 80 plus gold power supply. This is a 500 watt. So I'm guessing this is actually going to be pretty damn affordable in the grand scheme of things. You're going to get a 500 watt power supply, which is going to be perfect for something like a B550 motherboard paired with even up to like a Ryzen 3600, pairing it with maybe a 2060 Super, maybe even a 2070 Super if you're using like a Mini-ITX motherboard. 500 watt is actually going to be more than enough, and having a decent brand that you know has got Japanese capacitors on there, that's 80 plus gold rated, and is going to sort of, you know, consequently mean your budget's not going to go through the roof. I'm actually really happy with sort of what they're doing. They have actually got a little bit of a kind of, you know, side note. They have got some new power supplies coming out in the next couple of months, which look absolutely amazing. I'm not sure how much I can say on it, so I'm going to leave it at that, but just know that Antec are doing some pretty big stuff in the very near future. So that's that. Let's move on to the next one. So this one is from Adata. So this has come all the way from Taiwan. Okay, so we've actually got their new mouse, which I think I saw at CES. So this is called the Primer. So it's an RGB gaming mouse. As we know, Adata have kind of, or XPG, have kind of stepped into the peripheral market. So they've got keyboards, they've got mice, they've got headsets. So we have, yeah, the Primer with lightweight braided cable, tactile scroll wheel, DPI presets, RGB presets, textured side grip, PBT surface, 12,000 DPI optical sensor, selectable RGB lighting, double shot surface with PBT, and durable on-run switches. I mean, from the outset, it pretty much seems like they've got all bases covered. They've used the right stuff. Looks pretty decent. And for some reason, I've got two. So yeah, I've got two of them, and I've got, okay, so this is an XPG Prime ARGB extension cable for your motherboard. So this is your 24-pin extension cable. And for some reason I've got, nope, that's a different one. That's a VGA cable. Okay, so they've actually got the rainbow RGB cables for your 24-pin as well as for your VGA. So it's going to be nice to see how these are going to look. But RGB makes everything better, so yeah, why not? Obviously, this isn't the first brand we've seen do this. Lian Li did it with the Streamer, or I think it was called Streamer. It was the worst name ever. At least this one's got a bit of a better name, the Prime ARGB. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how well they actually light up. Next one. So this looks like a power supply or an AIO based on the size of it. So I'm actually really excited to get this, purely from the standpoint of it's probably the most affordable ARGB AIO at 240mm on the market as it currently stands. This is selling like hotcakes at the moment. I was speaking again to the Antec rep the other day, and he said that they literally can't get these in stock quick enough. So yeah, I'm probably going to end up doing a build with this, with the Zen, and I know Antec have got some new cases coming out, so maybe I'll wait and do something around that. Either way, yeah, I mean, what do you guys think of this? I think it actually looks really, really nice with the ARGB effects, the nice kind of industrial Antec thing. In all honesty, it looks a lot better than their last ones, the like K120, K240, and the Mercury RGBs. They had like a white sleeve around it, and it just didn't look nice. So, last one. This is a big box, and this is from Adata. And I think I know what this is. So, literally leaving the best till last. Oh yeah. So this, and I believe this is probably the first one seen on video, apart from at a trade show, is the XPG Xenia. Xenia? Either way, it's a laptop, and it's a 15-inch. Oh, I'm so excited for this. I wonder what colour it is as well, because they actually had this at CES in black and also in orange. So, have a look. That looks black to me. Oh, look at it. That is nice. So, this has a lot of protective stuff on it, but this is the laptop. I am so looking forward to this because this gives so much performance for its form factor. So to start with, I mean, it's got Thunderbolt on the back, which you wouldn't normally see on a laptop that's, I guess, kind of aimed at gamers and stuff like that. SKU wise, I think it's got an RTX 2070 or 2070 Super in it. It has an Intel i7, but it's got 32 gig of RAM. Now, that's important to me, not from a gaming standpoint, but from editing on the go, because we basically film everything in 6K using a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera, and then we transport it into DaVinci Resolve. And DaVinci Resolve, as soon as you start adding effects and things like that, you basically need a lot of memory. So 16 gig really doesn't cut it, which we've experienced from our little NZXT H1 editing rig that only has 2 DIMM slots. And obviously we're restricted by the height of the memory we can go for, so we are looking at upgrading that. But back to my point, 32 gig of RAM on this laptop, which is just astronomical. Obviously inside you're gonna have Adata XPG, NVMe drives and stuff like that, so we're not gonna be bottlenecked by any of the storage. I'm really excited, and this is gonna be my new little baby for when I'm traveling away and, you know, need to do light editing and stuff like that, and obviously a little bit of gaming as well on the side. It'd be rude not to, having, you know, ray tracing, RTX and stuff like that. So I will look up the specs at some point, because I don't think it's listed on the box. But yeah, I'm probably most excited about that. There you go, guys. We have a lot of products here. Lots of kind of stuff coming up in the near future. I just wanted to give you guys, as we normally do with the What's in the Box, a general kind of glimpse into what's coming up, get a general feel as to, you know, if you want to see something with the AIO, then you know that's coming up in the very near future. Until then, I'm going to have a little play with my laptop. So yeah, until next time, guys, remember to, subscribe if you haven't already. Check out store.eteknix.com, where you can pick up some pretty cool eTeknix branded merch, and obviously consequently support us in what we do. And I will see you in the next video. See you later, guys. Bye bye.